We wanted to put you some numbers to let you understand what a big telecommunication company means today. It means 100,000 servers, more than 100,000 clients, desktops, usually average 18 million of kilometers of cabling, then between 10,000 and 20,000 of handhelds, Palm, UMTS telephone, and between 10,000 and 20,000 of notebooks. Now, you understand, you can be the genius of the security, IT security, you will never succeed. You will never be capable to secure 100% such structure. It's nearly impossible. This is why it is important what he was saying, that you should be aware about possible intrusions, and you should start accordingly exactly right now, like if somebody was already in. Please.
So just one thing. This is actually a very important issue because you get this telecommunication company which has a lot of software. I remember when the Slammer incident happened or the MS Blaster incident happened, all the security managers were blamed. Say, ah, you didn't patch the system. I say, why the fuck do I need to buy a system to patch it? So imagine, I don't know if, how many of you know the Osprey project. The Osprey was this helicopter with, that was becoming an airplane afterwards. It had two big engines, making a vertical takeoff and then becoming an airplane and going. It was a military project for the Marines. It was worth billions of dollars for Bell helicopters in America. When the first one crashed, killing 50 Marines, the Congress said, wait, there's a problem. This thing is flawed. Okay, the second one crashed and the project was totally stopped. Okay, so can you imagine having a Boeing 747 that needs a patch? Like you fly and say, shit, it fell down. Wow, I didn't have the patch. Let's download the patch for the Boeing 747. I mean, you kill 200 people. You will never let a piece of equipment or technology like that go in unpatched or like with the evolved beta version. Okay? On the other hand, we have all the software we get. It's totally imperfect. We are the testers of the software. I download a patch every week. I mean, if there was a critical system, what would I do? And for a telecommunication operator, it's the same thing. I mean, every time you buy a new server, you hook in and you get a virus because it's not patched. I mean, you need to download the patch from the company. So this is a thing of also of responsibility. Okay, from the security perspective, who is responsible? Is the manufacturer that gives you an imperfect thing, or is the operator that uses the software? He bought it, he paid money for it, and it is not working. Okay, and this is an issue actually that, I mean, maybe it doesn't relate to the hacker community, or maybe yes, I mean, because it's good to have imperfect things to tamper with. But the reason why you can tamper with these things is because they're being released flawed. And they just know they are flawed from the beginning.
Going quickly through other cases that happened this year of espionage. In Israel, you were reading certainly about this big scandal that the telecommunication companies and big industries companies, there were some guys in the board, they were actually acting illegally, sending Trojans to other Israeli companies and creating damages. It was actually hitting the news. The interesting thing is that this is going on since 10 years at least, but only now we are hearing about it. And it's not going on only against Israeli companies. Actually, this is a kind of ping-pong war. We will see later a much better example. You also were reading about Chinese servers attacking US or UK servers. This is what we were all reading, but we have two specific cases we want to talk to you about. And one, it is actually related very much to zonH.org. One of the founder of the zonH.org is currently the administrator of the European Community Server, some of the European Community servers in Brussels. And what he got recently, he got a wave, a large wave of attacks through mails or direct attacks trying to exploit operating system services, trying to infect the system, installing a Trojan. So he analyzed the Trojan, and he found out that basically the Trojan was a programmable Trojan, a reprogrammable Trojan from remote, that was linking back to the Guangzhou province in China. And at the moment he received it in the European Community servers in Brussels, the Trojan was programmed to search for Word and Excel files, just for unspecific Word and Excel file. But the Trojan had also reprogramming functionality. Another case I want to tell you that we heard about it. We were holding a seminar in South Korea, in Seoul, together with a local CERT. And the chief of the CERT told me, you know, Roberto, we actually found a large wave of attacks through email or even direct attacks coming from North Korea. And then I asked him, oh, how did you find out? North Korea doesn't have any internet infrastructure, by my knowledge, or it is very limited. And he told me, yeah, we traced it. Actually, they were using Chinese servers to attack our institution. And then I was thinking, how the hell did you find it out? I mean, the only way you found it out, it was to counter-hacking those servers in China, eventually seeing from which point of the planet the originating attack was. So basically, he did something totally illegal. He couldn't tell me. But I guess all of us, we would have done exactly the same. Now, another very good case happened in Italy. You know, we are shoemakers in Italy. Not the drivers, we're doing shoes very well. Italian shoes are very much appreciated in the world. And there is a specific part of Italy, which is the northwest part of Italy, in which area the shoes are produced. Now, we were used to see hordes of Chinese and Japanese guys. At the moment, the shoes model, you know, in Milano, we have, I'm from Milano, we have it's the city of the fashion, no? The fashion capital of Italy. And the fashion in the world, it is basically managed between Paris and Milano. Okay, most of it. Shit. And, well, that's people. Each time I say shit, something is clapping. This is cool. Shit! Way to go. Cool. So we were used about seeing Chinese and Japanese coming to the outside on the street, taking pictures outside the window of the boutiques and trying to get pictures of the new models of shoes so that they could come back to the original country and make copies. This is not anymore in this way. This year, Italian shoes maker experienced a drop about 60% of their market share due to the fact that these Chinese are not anymore coming to take pictures. They are just hacking the server, downloading the production files directly from the production unit, even before the shoes goes in production, producing it working overnight, shipping it, so it takes time. Still, they hit the market, the Italian market, much earlier than the original product hits. So you can understand Italian companies are pretty much pissed off by this. A very good case also I want to talk about. It's quite old. This is tracing back to 2001. Personally, I was very much in touch by that time with Pakistanis and Indians, because I was very much attracted by the cyber war, which was not only based on defacements between the two countries. The cyber was based mostly over the issue of the Kashmir territory. You know about the story. But by that time, ISI, which is the Pakistani Secret Service, and we personally know at least two guys that they were working for Pakistani secret services. They were taking guys, young guys, and using these young guys, Pakistanis, to hack Indian servers to get information. One of the servers who got compromised at least twice, it is the Bark server, which is the server of the Atomic Committee under the Ministry of the Energy. And from this server, plans for the development of new cores for atomic reactor has been stolen. Well, you know, Pakistan is always up to date with nuclear stuff. They don't have a very big research team, but they have good hackers. And also, no, just come back 1 second. If you ever heard about Hexalab, well, some Europeans, they were also involved. Some Dutch guys, they were also involved. But Hexalab is a team based in Pakistan whose scope it is to develop zero-day vulnerabilities and exploits. And then such exploits are used long time ago also for defacing. Now they stopped since 2 years to do such stupid things. But they're still used to compromise the Western servers to get information that are basically turned to the Pakistani secret services. This is a very good case. We were exactly 1 year ago together spending vacation in Caribbean Islands, and I was reading Under the Sun. I was reading the MIT book, the MIT Technology magazine. And this, in MIT Technology magazine, it was a very good article talking about a new program from US Army. We have to rush a little bit. Called FCS, Future Combat System, which is half on its way of the development. This is a 21, actually it is $23 billion, got recently upgraded, program that actually sees the completely restructure the way America will do the war in the next years. Not anymore heavy tanks, big battalions of people, weak networks, but a new system based on a huge super network called Mosaic. This huge super network is actually managing through proprietary protocols, but also using TCP/IP, some subnets which are deployed on the territory, and subnets are used to deploy information, to distribute awareness and intelligence data, so that the Americans will totally change the way they will do the war. Instead of big, large number of soldiers, they will have small families of soldiers deployed on the fight territory, very well informed about what is going on, because they have spies, satellites and drones flying over the territory, mapping it, and giving them information about the enemy location. Now, if this is the way American is developing the new way to do the war, we were thinking, well, it's based on a network. So if it is based on a network, it's hacker stuff. It's hacker territory. If yesterday, if you wanted to fight the United States, you had to take a gun and fight, Vietnam, for example, even with unconventional method, nowadays, probably, you might be able to fight just by blocking the network. If you block such network, you completely destroy America's capability to coordinate the troops on the territory. So we were thinking, let's try to imagine to be, for example, Russians. Russians are very active in such kind of military espionage. And let's try to see from open sources how much good information we can find in order to eventually, of course we didn't do it, compromise the servers of the company who are developing such system located on a US territory. And let's see how easy it is. So we did. We discovered that the full network protocol and management is based on a 31 million lines of unaudited code, because nobody is going to audit a military system. No, it's not open source like Linux. Even though Linux is somehow entering, a special Berkeley University version of Linux, militarized university, is still entering into such program, such project, but still we have 31 millions of lines of unaudited code. Well, I would like to look if it is possible to put my hands over such amount